Hello friends, welcome to this vocabulary learning session by Promac. I am Narsi Reddy. In today's session, we will learn some words beginning with letter J in English alphabet. Let us start our session with a word called jobber. What is jobber? Jobber is basically, there are some people who talk very fast. Almost the way they talk becomes nonsensical or meaningless. Of course, nowadays all stock exchanges are computerized and all the trading is done on computer screens. But till few years back, 10-15 years back, on any stock market trading floor, there are some people who will be shouting continuously and very fast the shares or the scripts or the stocks that they want to buy or sell. So those people who are very fast talking about the stocks or shares that they want to buy or sell, they were called jobbers. So you are jobbering. Jobbering means talking very fast, almost in a manner where it becomes meaningless. So related word, you can also have a word called gibberish. Hey Narsi, whatever you are talking is complete gibberish for me. I am unable to understand or make sense of even 10% of what you are saying. So what is gibberish? Gibberish is also meaningless nonsense. So anything that doesn't have any meaning is called gibberish. So jobber is to talk very fast. Next word starting with letter J is a word called jargon. The word jargon is basically the language specific to a profession or the language that is specific to a particular group of people. Medical jargon, technical jargon, legal jargon, engineering jargon. Suppose two people are standing and they are talking about bus and conductor. If I think they are talking about some bus that runs on the streets and the conductor who is giving tickets, I may be wrong. If two electronics engineers are talking about bus and conductor, the word bus and conductor have a specialized meaning in electronics. So that's what is called engineering jargon. Or when two doctors are talking about a surgery, they don't talk in normal language, they talk in medical language. So that's what is called a medical jargon. So jargon is language specific to a particular profession. Same way, there are people who speak in a particular manner. So it is called slang or lingo. The slang or lingo of college going students or school students nowadays is completely different from the type of language which is understood by adults. Many times there is a generation gap. The parents cannot understand what their kids are talking because kids are mostly talking in slang. Kids are mostly talking in with their own lingo. So slang or lingo is the language specific to a particular group of people or the language spoken by a particular group of people is what is called slang or lingo. Next word is a word called jaundiced. So what is jaundiced? We all know jaundice is a sickness. When you get jaundice, your eyes become yellowish and everything in the world will look yellow. So when I say I am very jaundiced, when we say jaundiced, it basically means biased. So jaundice, biased, prejudiced, jaundice, biased, prejudiced, partisan, tendencies, etc. So jaundiced, biased, partisan, prejudiced, tendencies. All these words mean showing partiality, or showing lack of fairness. All these words mean showing partiality or showing lack of fairness is what is called jaundiced, prejudiced, biased, partisan or tendencies. You come and ask me, hey Narsi, if I want this help, will you help me? Yeah, sure, I will help you. Only if you belong to my caste. I will help you only if you belong to my religion. I will help you only if you are my relative. I will help you only if you are from my location. So because of some reason I help you, but not in a unbiased manner. So what is jaundiced, biased, prejudiced, partisan, tendencies? All these words mean showing partiality, not very fair. What is the opposite of showing partiality? Opposite of showing partiality is a person who is completely impartial. When we say a person is very, very impartial in his decisions or in his actions, the word to be used is disinterested. Yes, I will help you. I am disinterested in helping you. So disinterested basically means unbiased or impartial. Disinterested basically means unbiased or impartial. So there are some of the words that we have taken from a word called jaundiced. Next word we will take up is jaunt. So jaunt is used in the meaning of a trip. Normally a trip that is taken by a group of people, more of pleasure or a picnic kind of a thing. We went on a jaunt. So JAUNT, jaunt is a trip or a journey. The word jaunt sounds very, very, very similar and is sounding very similar and often confused with a word called jaunty. JAUNTY, jaunty, is used to describe the attitude or personality of a person. There are some people who are very carefree. They are very easygoing. They are very friendly. They are very, 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 free and very happy and very cheerful kind of attitude. Then we say he is a very, very jaunty person. A person who is very carefree, very light-hearted, very pleasant attitude, then we say he is a very jaunty person. So I have an uncle who is very jaunty in his attitude. Next word we will put is jeopardy. What is jeopardy? Sometimes by doing something, you are putting a person's life or a person's career or anything at risk. I picked a fight with the boss. I think that fight will jeopardize my career in this company. So and so person is becoming addicted to drugs. It will jeopardize his health. Something is jeopardizing my marriage, jeopardizing my job. I am jeopardizing my health, my career, my job, my marriage means I am putting something at risk. I am putting something in peril or I am putting something in danger. So jeopardy is to put something at risk, to put something in danger or to put something in this thing. Next word is a word called jettison. What is jettison? The word jettison is a word which is related to shipping. Suppose you are captain of a ship. The ship or boat is traveling in the sea and suddenly a hole or some crack developed in the boat and water is coming into the ship. So the ship is sinking. As captain of the ship, it is your duty or responsibility to protect or save the life of some people if you can. How you will try to do to prevent the boat from sinking? Some water is entering, so the weight of the boat is increasing. You try to throw away a equal quantity of water from the or any other item from the boat, which will balance the weight of the boat so that it will not sink. Now obviously you cannot pump out water at the speed at which it is entering. So you try to throw away some other items from the ship to reduce the weight of the ship. That is called jettison. You are jettisoning some of the furniture in the boat into the sea. You are jettisoning some of the luggage, cargo. So jettison is to throw away or to remove some of the items from a ship or a boat to prevent sinking of the boat is what is called a jettison. To throw away or to reduce some of the items or cargo in the boat or ship to prevent sinking of the ship is what is called a jettison. The next word we will take up is jingoism. Now what is jingoism, chauvinism and patriotism? So jingoism, chauvinism, patriotism are three different levels of the same quality. What is patriotism? I love my country. My country is a great country. I love my country. That's patriotism. Every one of us has to love something to which we belong. Because if we do not love ourselves, we cannot love anything else. So I am an Indian, I say I love India. You are an American, you say I love America. You are from Australia, you say I love Australia. That's patriotism. But sometimes the patriotism becomes too much. Then it is called chauvinism. What is chauvinism? My country is great. My country is the greatest country in the world. No other country can even compare with India. So I love my country. That is chauvinism. Chauvinism is excessive patriotism. Chauvinism is excessive patriotism. If chauvinism also becomes too much, then it is called jingoism. What is jingoism? Jingoism is militant patriotism. Jingoism is militant patriotism. I love my country. My country is a great country. My country is the greatest country in the world. No other country can even compare with my country. Anybody says no, I will bomb them. I will kill them. I will murder them. So what is jingoism? You feel patriotic only when you go to war with others. You feel patriotic only when you fight with others. So that's what is called jingoism. So patriotism, chauvinism, jingoism. Patriotism is loving a country. Chauvinism is excessive patriotism. Jingoism is militant patriotism. Next word is jocose. So jocose, jocund, jocular, all these words mean a person who is very funny, a person who jokes a lot, a person who is very friendly and jocular in his attitude is what is called jocose, jocund or jocular. Next word we will take up is a word called jovial. Jovial is basically, suppose you all have some friends or some colleagues or some uncle or some family members who are very friendly, who are very likable. They are always laughing, always very joyous, very happy, backslapping, making comments. So he is a very jovial person. Jovial is very friendly, very likable, very happy looking person is what is called jovial. Somebody is very jovial. The next word we will take up is judicious. Many people get confused between the word judicious and a word judicial. Judicial basically is something related to law, but judicious is wise, intelligent and appropriate. Wise, intelligent and appropriate is what is called judicious. Judicious use of money, judicious use of resources, judicious use of electricity. So anything judicious is wise, intelligent or appropriate, whereas judicial is legal. Next word we will take up, starting with a letter called J, is a word called juggernaut. The word juggernaut actually comes from Hindu religion in India. The word juggernaut is a distorted version of a god called Lord Jagannath, who is there in a place called Puri in Orissa. What is the story of this Lord Jagannath? So Lord Jagannath is a highly respected and revered god in Hinduism, and every year there is what is called a chariot race of this Lord Jagannath in this place called Puri. So the chariot is a very huge stone chariot. It requires thousands of people to move it. And that huge chariot which is made with stone, when thousands and hundreds of people are moving it, in the old days, some old people, they used to have a belief, if they die by getting crushed under the wheels of Jagannatha's chariot, they go straight to heaven. So what is Jagannatha's chariot? Jagannatha's chariot is a massive, unstoppable, huge, destructive force which will crush and destroy anything that comes in front of it. That's what is called a Jagannath. So from this we got a word called juggernaut. Juggernaut is a massive, huge, unstoppable, destructive force that will crush anything that comes in front of it, is what is called a juggernaut. We can say our team was like a juggernaut. Every opponent who came in touch with us got crushed, and ultimately we got elected, or we got selected as the champions of this game, as the champions of this tournament. So juggernaut, somebody is a juggernaut means a huge, massive, unstoppable force which will crush or defeat anything that comes in front of it. The next word we will take up is a word called junket. What is a junket? A junket is also a trip or a journey or a group trip kind of a thing, which is mostly taken for a purpose of pleasure, a pleasure trip. Of course, lot of times many politicians and many government officers go on a trip supposedly to study so and so system in that country, or to study so on, but many times it simply happens to be a pleasure trip with their friends or families or whatever. They don't accomplish any business. Then we say, okay, this minister went on a junket along with his friends. So a junket is a pleasure trip, a journey whose main purpose is to have pleasure. The next word we will take up is junta. Junta is, there are some systems or some countries where a group of military dictators come together and rule a country or a state. That's what is called a junta. Junta is a group of military officers, a group of military dictators who come together to rule a country or who come together to rule a place. Next word is a word called jurisprudence. So jurisprudence is, what is law? So there are certain rules, procedures or scientific systems that guide or influence what is law why it is law, why something is legal, why something is illegal, and how to administer law. This entire science of law, the science of the principles of law, is what is called jurisprudence. Juris means law, prudence is wise. So jurisprudence is the rules, procedures, systems, etc. that guide or influence administering of law, or the science of law, is called jurisprudence. From this word called jurisprudence, we can take some more words. Jurist. What is a jurist? Could be a judge, could be a legal scholar, could be a legal professor, or could be a famous lawyer, famous advocate, etc. A jurist is a legal professional. A jurist is a person who is a legal professional, established person in law. From this we have another word called jury. What is jury? Jury is a group of judges. Jury is a group of judges. Here, coming from this word called jurisprudence, we have another word called perjury. What is perjury? Many times people take an oath to tell the truth in the court, but sometimes they give false testimony. So telling lies under oath or giving false testimony is what is called perjury. So perjury is telling lies under oath or giving false testimony is what is called perjury. If you tell a lie, that's called perjury. But sometimes you encourage others to tell a lie. That is called suborn. Perjury is telling lies under oath. Suborn is encouraging others to tell a lie under oath, or forcing others to tell a lie under oath is what is called suborn. So we have discussed a word called jurisprudence. We have taken a word called jurist. We have taken a word called jury. We have taken a word called judicial. We have taken a word called perjury. Now another word that we will take up, starting with letter J, is a word called juxtapose. What is juxtapose? Juxtapose is many times people compare two things by keeping adjacent to each other. You have seen some advertisements of some fitness centers or some gym or some slimming centers. They wanted to show the effectiveness of their fitness center. So they have in their advertisement two pictures. Suppose a person is looking like this and after that looking like this. So they say, before joining our fitness center, after joining our fitness center. So you see this, you get very impressed. So before I was like this, after I was like this. So it's very, very effective. So juxtapose is to keep two things adjacent to each other and compare is what is called juxtapose. So friends, we have discussed some words starting with letter J in the English alphabet. I hope you find them useful and fruitful. Please keep in touch with us and write to us with your feedback at promaccoaching@gmail.com. Kindly also visit our website www.promaccoaching.com or www.promacprep.com. Thank you very much. Keep watching.